Joining us now, another guy that can actually dunk a basketball. I have witnessed it with my own eyes. Luke Worthington of BYU. What's up, Luke?
Luke, what's up?
Bringing the swag, dude. Okay, let's talk about the Green Bay Packers hat. I'm guessing that was a calculated move on your part to support your hometown team.
Yeah, well, there are a couple reasons. So I woke up not too long ago, and my hair was a little all over the place, and I had to look through my options of hats, and I said, you know, we're coming off a big-time win for Packer Nation, so I decided I'd throw it on. I mean, I still have my BYU stuff.
Sure.
I'm still repping our school, but at the same time, you know.
Rep the home state.
Beat down on the Bears.
What's up, Mequon, Wisconsin?
That's how you change it up a little bit. You still represent your school, you know, and then you throw on the hat or, you know, maybe have a backpack or something, whatever the case is.
Yes,
phone case, right?
Yeah.
Speaking of football, so I found out you were at high school, you were being recruited to play football, BYU in Wisconsin. Why in the world would you play basketball over football? I just don't understand your logic there.
I mean, some people have their sport, so I don't know.
Yeah,
I mean,
Brian.
I was just always a baller. So
you know, you could be truthful because you're 6'10", right? So you'd be a lineman.
Yeah, I'd be a big lineman.
So I understand because linemen don't really get the glory. So
not as much glory on the
I
line.
would choose basketball too if I was going to be a lineman.
Yeah.
But what about like tight end? You say, hey coach, like, I could be tight end or receiver.
Let me get a few catches.
Right.
True. No, I thought about it. And, I mean, it was a football school, and so that's where all the football recruiting came from in my high school. But then once basketball opportunities started rolling in, that's kind of the route I went. But, yeah, I don't know if my coach trusted me enough, my hands enough. No, but he needed me on the line, so that's kind of where I was at, and that's where I was recruited. So
Luke Worthington of BYU basketball on BYU Sports Nation, sophomore forward center. Let's talk about your smoothness factor, Luke. I've heard that word to describe you a couple of times this year because you got a new haircut, you got that baby hook. What is more smooth, your new style hook shot in the paint or your haircut?
I mean, I didn't think my hair had changed too much. I try and keep it to who I am anyway. But I think my game is, and you hear this kind of stuff a lot, I think my game is kind of taking a step because of just the experience. I mean, I feel a lot more comfortable on the floor, and maybe as cheesy as it sounds, getting under those lights, it does change things, and it makes you play a little faster. And so now that I'm a little more experienced, I'm more comfortable down there, and I feel like I'm able to make easier plays for my teammates. So
maybe it's not that new of a hairstyle. Maybe we're just noticing it more because Kyle Collinsworth has kind of done your style.
There's a lot of guys trying to change it up, trying to get their hair right.
Is that because of you?
I don't know.
They're trying to copy the swag, man. Don't let them copy the swag. You know, no. I would let Spencer do a little part. I wouldn't let Jerem. I wouldn't let Jerem do it.
No,
not Jerem. No, Jerem. I wouldn't.
I need to ask you about your profile picture for this year's basketball team with the glasses.
Oh yeah. Well, I figured why not make it a tradition. I mean, I got quite a bit of attention after I threw on glasses and a bow tie. I didn't think it was that obscure, but once I looked at everyone else's and they were so clean cut with their normal tie and everything, I was like, wow, maybe I am kind of different. Yeah. So I figured why not throw on a different pair of glasses, a new bow tie, and keep it.
Listen, I need you to put these on right now.
These ones?
Yeah, put on the blue goggles.
Oh, okay. Oh, these. These probably look real good.
Yeah.
Oh, yes. There you go.
Yeah.
There you go. Hold on.
The goggle effect. Brian's gonna take a selfie on set. Oh, Brian.
Okay, I'm gonna tweet it.
Tweet it out. Brian's tweeting out the huge blue goggles that Blue just put on, along with our normal size ones.
Sounds good.
Let's preview Long Beach State, Luke. A new season begins. 2 exhibitions out of the way. What do you know about your first opponent?
Well, actually, we're going to get on that scout a lot today. We did a little bit yesterday just to brush up so we could go through practice and kind of get the vibe of that team. But we will go through scout a lot more today, so I'll actually know a lot more following today's practice. But anyway, they're a good team. They made the tournament last year. They've got a lot of talent. These first two exhibition games we played, these guys ran their system really well. Maybe not as talented, a little lower level of players or a little lower recruited, but they definitely ran their stuff well. And with this team, it's almost a new vibe where there's a lot of talent and not as much of a system. I mean, they're all just trying to kind of look to score, and obviously they're going to get into their sets and do whatever else they need to do. They're a basketball team, and they know what they're doing. But yeah, they're definitely a talented team.
BYU has shown like this I guess, renowned effort in terms of on-ball pressure on defense. Through the 2 exhibition games, like the first thing I noticed was, wow, they're really pressuring up high, forcing Seattle Pacific to run their offense near the half-court line, created 22 turnovers, 15 steals. Their exhibition games, but that's a decent Seattle Pacific team. I think as a Division II squad, they're better than some Division I teams. They beat Arizona last year. So I'm a big proponent of what you did against them, but how much does the team take from your accomplishments on defense in those 2 exhibitions?
We felt really good about our ball pressure. That was one thing we came into halftime saying we were doing well, that we needed to keep doing. We definitely have emphasized a lot of different defensive principles, and we're trying to simplify them. So we have these little things we call defensive cues, and so everybody knows what they are. Everybody knows what they want to be doing. We're little basketball terms. We're up the line. We're 2 feet outside the lane. We got all these little short phrases that we say to each other again and again, so we do them right. Because sometimes you know what you're supposed to do, but you don't think about it fast enough. So when Coach Pope introduced those new short defensive cues, it really helped us to conceptualize and do it out on the floor.
So is it just the cues that have helped you guys out, or has the physical play and practice changed as well?
Both. I think it's been really physical this year. We got some big guys, some guys who are hitting the weight room in the off season, and so everyone's a little stronger, a little faster. Last year obviously you didn't have any seniors, and you got a lot. That's a big part of it too. You got these seniors who they know this is the last time, so they're out there every day putting it out there on the line, and it makes everyone else play harder. It's a good vibe.
How challenging is it? Knowing that Coach Rose said, hey, coming into this season, we want to have a stronger emphasis on defense, and we got to be stronger. How hard is it for you to say, okay, let me step up my game defensively, but not get into foul trouble?
That is a tough line to draw, especially with the different refs you encounter, because it changes throughout the season. Honestly, you go into your non-conference and you have some kind of refs, and you go into your conference play and you have different refs. And the calls change significantly.
Did you see that reaction?
Yeah.
It's understandable.
Yeah, the calls change significantly. So you want to be physical, but not too physical, and you have to be physical at certain times, and you almost have to play the refs as much as you're playing your opponent. You have to kind of know what they're trying to call, and it's been tough in these exhibition games because you're playing that less talented group of guys who aren't as physically capable, and so you kind of have to, it's something you have to kind of dance around.
Absolutely. Yeah. And we laugh at the way that you kind of scoffed at because it's different depending on the referees that are there. The West Coast Conference was a tough challenge. And in a move of brilliance, Dave Rose utilized you and Eric Mika to try and beat the system last year, if you will. What was that like for you? Hey, you're a freshman. Go start.
Yeah, it was.
And try not to foul people too much because they're calling fouls left and right out of the gate.
Yeah, it was awesome, and I was almost a reliever kind of. I would come in the beginning and maybe pick up that first foul or 2 fouls within the first 5 minutes because you knew they were quick on the whistle. And it was awesome for me. I got to start. I think about 3 games at the end, and it was really fun, and we were playing right.
Eric Mika's stunt double.
Yeah. Pretty much.
You have a great relationship with Eric, and he's on a mission now in Italy. Do you have separation anxiety from Eric?
No,
it's okay if you are.
Maybe a little bit.
You won't judge here. This is a no.
Try it out, dude.
This is a no judge zone right here.
Yeah.
We're both married, so we have sensitive hearts. Yeah. So don't worry.
No, love that guy. Miss that guy. But I email him. I try every week. Sometimes I miss a week, but I email him about every week, and he's doing well. And as long as we're talking, he's never too far. So he's doing well out there, and that's the good news. You
two put together some dynamic performances, especially on social media, on Instagram and Twitter. Who is the mastermind behind those?
I think it was split. I don't know which ones you're talking about, but
so many.
There was a lot of back and forth, whether it was singing and dancing or tweeting at each other, making fun of each other. We've got a few guys who are that same kind of vibe this year, so it won't go away.
So when will we expect to see some more of those?
Probably when we get in season and we start trashing and bagging on each other a little bit more.
This is just a guess, but I would speculate that Chase Fisher will somehow be involved in some of this.
Yeah, he's involved in the off the social media aspect of it. He's always trying to push people's buttons. And then once it comes to getting on social media, I'll try and, I don't know who. I'll take stabs at anybody. I don't care if it's Ty or Kyle or any of those guys.
You got to keep them honest, right?
Yeah,
Got to.
Yeah, for sure.
Luke, we need you to sign our BYU Sports Nation Rise Up flag if you wouldn't mind.
Of course.
Tradition we have for all of our in-studio guests. We wish you the best of luck against Long Beach State as the Cougars begin again. And, keep the style rocking, man.
Will do.
Yes.
I'll try my best.
Go, Pack, go.
Go, Pat, go.